This episode of the What's Happening Delco podcast is brought to you by Delco Meets for Business. Check us out on Meetup, register, and attend one of our fantastic networking meetings, which we meet on the first and third Thursday at the Brick House in Ridley Park, and the second and fourth Thursday at the Upper Crust in Newtown Square. We look forward to seeing you there. What's happening, Delco? I'm Rich Shane, and welcome to the What's Happening Delco podcast. Today I have Christiana Ruiz on the podcast, and she's of Manny Vibes. Christiana, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much, Rich. It's amazing to be here. Another opportunity to share the brotherly love I have to offer here.
So for those that are not familiar with Manny Vibes, what is Manny Vibes?
So Manny Vibes is a breakfast and lunch restaurant. We are open 6 days a week, closed on Mondays, 7 to 4 during the weekdays, and 8 to 4 on the weekends. Manny Vibes was inspired by me and my brother, Manuel, who happened to be born on Christmas Day. So here at Manny's this month, we are doing Christmas really big and festive. Unfortunately, I lost my brother in August 2022. And it put my life into perspective, and I figured I didn't have a lot of time, and an opportunity presented itself, so I ran with it, and I pulled it off, and I opened up this restaurant in loving memory of him, August 2nd, 2023, for his 1 year, and it's been rocking and rolling. We've had a lot of ups and downs, but we are here giving it our all, and we're getting so much love from the community, and I'm so excited to be a part of Delco.
You said ups and downs. Talk about some of those challenges you faced opening up this restaurant.
Oh my goodness. So I'm a mother of 3. I have a 15-year-old, almost 15-year-old next month. He's a freshman in high school in Interboro. I've got a 2 and 3-year-old that go to daycare next door. So just life in and of itself, and then losing my best friend, my brother. We were only 2 years apart. And the challenges that I had here were physical, were mental, were emotional, technical. I pulled this place together in 8 weeks because when it started to get close to a reality, I figured how cool would it be for my brother's legacy to be born 1 year of his passing for him, for his memory for me to stay alive forever. And during the time we opened our doors, it was just me and my sister, and I did no advertising. I didn't do any flyers on cars. I just prayed, and people would come little by little. Before I know it, we're rocking and rolling. My husband quit his job in October. And then, unfortunately, in January, our kitchen got on fire. And that put us out of commission for almost 3 months, and a really hard lesson learned on insurance. You know, being a young mom and having all of these kids and living right down the street, I was just taking a chance, and paying an extra $80 a month was a lot for me at the time, you know, and I didn't think this place would move and groove as it did. But the fire pushed us back in a way, but it also pushed us forward because I realized that I didn't have insurance, but local small businesses like Roma Deli and the Be the Joy Foundation came together, and with other people who just got served a plate of our food, wanted to help us to open our doors yet again. And with the help of the community, they raised over $7,000. It was just enough money for me to get all my equipment back and for us to open again in March. And since then, it's just been nothing but love, you know. I'm blessed to see now I have people who were working for me because I was dying there for a moment. I prayed to God to bring people in my door, and then for a moment I said, wait a minute, slow down. Because here at Manny Vibes, I never wanted to do the same thing twice. And I really want my menu to stay creative and keep me on my toes and challenge my culinary ability. So you have a whole build your own breakfast section, and you're able to customize it and create whatever kind of concoctions you can think of. I've served things like scrapple, fried rice, or tacos, you know, and it's beautiful. And we've been received really well. I'm glad to be here. But it has been hard, but definitely rewarding.
You touched a little bit about the menu, the build your own breakfast. What other menu items can people expect when they dine at Manny Vibes?
So at Manny Vibes, my whole life, everyone always asked me, what kind of restaurant do you want to have, you know? And I didn't want to limit myself to any one type of cuisine. So the idea here is you'll find anything for everyone on your family who's craving anything like an American Grand Slam breakfast, eggs your way with pancakes, potatoes, bacon toast. You can find pancakes here, waffles. I had to play on chicken and waffles, so you could get wings and waffles. A lot of the flair in the roots of the menu are definitely my Colombian and Italian upbringing in South Philly. But I love all kinds of cuisine, and I wanted to bring a home where all of that is accepted, and I know that I can create all of those things. So I just wanted to have fun with food. You know, we've got burritos and quesadillas, we've got overnight oats. And what's really cool about my menu is we offer things such as protein pancakes, gluten-free options, gluten-free pancakes, a really good and delicious vegan and vegetarian options, just because I want, like I said, everybody to find something here.
You pay homage to your brother, and you decided to do that to open up a restaurant. How did you decide and say, I want to open up a restaurant to pay homage to my brother?
So me and my brother Emmanuel had the ability to work for Iron Chef Jose Garces at his Buena Onda location in 1901 Callow Hill. We helped franchise that brand together, and learning the ins and outs of the business, being able to live literally what I'm doing now for someone else at one point of our lives. And I've got so many text messages, video messages, voice messages of nothing but encouraging words from my brother, like, hey, let's do this. He believed in me. He believed that if you bet big, you got to bet on to win big, you have to bet big. And what other better way than to bet on myself? And it became a financial burden after COVID. I had my two children. And it got to a point where I needed to go back to work. And I thought about the hospitality industry. And at first it was too difficult to even think about, to be honest with you, those memories of somebody I loved. Like me and my brother, we weren't just brother and sister. We were best friends throughout a lot of our lives. Our father was murdered when we were kids. And growing up, a lot of people would say, I'm so sorry for your loss. And I was only one and he was 3 years old. And I used to answer, you can't miss something you never had. And now I'm missing something that I have with me constantly. And I can't help but try to find a light within it, because my brother was able to coach me how to get through, the loss of not having a dad. But he was the most encouraging person, the most enlightening person I've ever met in this world. And if I can give that back to the community through the hospitality of how he showed me how to treat people. And then the menu is literally, even though it's inspired and it's supposed to be customizable, there's an entrees portion. There's a lot of different hidden messages with the naming of certain plates that play along our upbringing. They're items that me and him really love to share and go out to eat together. So the menu is very much from the heart. That was easy. When I went to think about my restaurant, the food was the last thing I worried about, because I went to culinary school. I'm confident in my food. It was the logistics, the legality, the money. And then once all of that fell into place, God just took over. And I can't say anything else, because it's literally that. We've ended up in the Delco Times on FYI Philly. I'm here right now talking to you. And it's just been a beautiful and uplifting feeling from such a very dark reality, to be honest. I didn't expect it to go where it's been. The place me and my brother worked at was called Buena Onda, which means good vibes in Spanish. And that's where Manny Vibes was born. And I decided not to run from the hospitality and the memories. I want to embrace them. I don't ever want to forget them. So it's weird, because I feel like I have such a void in my heart from him not being here. But every person who's ever given me a compliment or just said, hey, walking in here made my day, or it turned my day around, or they appreciate the kind of service that we give, or they see that it's different than any other place, that gives me some kind of power, and it just keeps me going. So I would love to see Manny Vibes all over the world. KFC can do it, McDonald's can do it, everybody can do it. It's hard though. It's really difficult on the physical aspect. And what I do here is not easy. Breakfast is not very easy. But I love me a challenge, and we've been received. And I'm blessed to be here. I want to continue to do more. I pray to grow. We have no walk-ins here, so it's very difficult. Here at Manny Vibes, you will get very fresh food because we're running to the store every 2 days. But it's beautiful, you know. There, after the fire, there was a moment in time where I thought about moving and it being an opportunity to be in a bigger location. But I love where I'm at and I believe in this location. I believe it has potential to be so much more and awaken again. And a lot of people are saying, you know, that's what this area has been missing. Before I opened my restaurant, I would walk around with a stroller with my kids and go to Dunkin' Donuts, you know. But I said, wouldn't it be cool for an atmosphere that's very relaxing and welcoming for children, family? You know, we're conveniently located by the airport, and it's been good. We've got almost 200 reviews in Google. I don't even have time to answer back. It's just amazing, and I'm blessed. This is amazing. Thank you.
Christiana, for those that have not gotten to your restaurant yet, what is that location so they can come by and feel the atmosphere, the love, and, you know, fill their bellies with just wonderful food?
So you can find us right off of Chester Pike at 11 East Winona Avenue in Norwood, PA. We're right by the Welcome Norwood sign. Again, we can be reached at 484-494-6017. And definitely, if you're interested in the story and you want to follow along, I'm always really active on Instagram. I haven't made it big yet, so I manage all my website, my menu, my Instagram. I'm there cooking. Every empanada filling is made by me. So I pray that we can grow, but I want to keep the authenticity of the food and the meaning behind it very much alive in every location that I open one day, because I'm big on manifestation.
You inspire. And I'm curious for you, who inspires you now? Who mentors you?
God. After everything, especially with how things have lined up in my life, I truly believe that it has connected me spiritually. When you grow in this world, your circle will become smaller. And that's the only piece that I find, is trying to find the light in every dark situation. And my kids keep me going. This community, every compliment keeps me going. There'll be days I'm sweating, I burn my arms, and I'm like, man, out of all the professions, why this one? And then I walk out and I see a regular, and it's like a family member, and I see another regular walking through the door at that same moment that I just want to give a big old hug to, because that's what keeps me going. You know, it's beautiful, and I pray that I can continue to do so. And we're not guaranteed to be here forever. Not having my brother here was a huge awakening. But there's been so many beautiful things that have aligned with this dream of ours, and we knew we would do it together. I just wish it wasn't this way, you know?
When people come to the restaurant, I'm sure there are staples on the menu that will never go away, never change. Share some of those staples that are on the menu that people can look forward to every single time they come by.
So you're definitely going to always find our empanadas on the menu. I'm always playing around with different fillings, the beef and chicken, buffalo chicken. We have bacon, egg, and cheese, sausage, egg, and cheese, and right now a hampanada, you know, for the holidays. You're always going to also find a crab cake Benedict. I kind of sub out the hollandaise sauce and I jazz it up with an aioli, but that was me and my brothers, one of our all-time favorite plates. And I definitely perfected that crab cake. It's lump crab meat in there. And then definitely I'm going to have to say the Grand Slam American breakfast is never going to go anywhere. That is our hot seller. You get 2 eggs with potato, toast, your breakfast meat, bacon or sausage, or again, you can customize that, get pork roll, scrapple, ham, turkey sausage, beef bacon. I mean, you name it. We've got sirloin steak, New York steak. You can customize. It's so much fun, you guys. And the beer tacos, we are Delco's choice. You know, we did best at Delco's. We won best at Delco's for the beer tacos, which is amazing as well. So you're definitely always going to find those on our menu anytime.
Somebody wanted to bring some cerveza to enjoy with their tacos. Are you BYOB?
Absolutely. Please. We even offer like a little ice bucket. You can get a pitcher if you want to do a little mimosa situation. We'll sell you the orange juice in bulk. And we want people here to feel like VIP and royalty. You know, the American society, we kill ourselves working every single day. And when you go out, it should be a very good experience. And for some reason, 9 times out of 10, I go out to eat and it's not the best experience. And I'm just doing it because I have to eat and I don't feel like cooking for myself, you know? I'm a big pizza lover, by the way. I go right down the big chefs. He's my guy. I don't know what else to eat. They laugh. They take pictures of me eating in my restaurant pizza. But you know, that's just the chef in me. And yeah.
All right. Well, you saved me one of the questions as to if you had a pizza craving, where do you go for pizza? But I will ask you, what are your pizza toppings?
Pepperoni all the way. That's it. And Ninja Turtles used to be one of me and my brother's all-time favorite movie. And I don't know, since then, I'm just a pizza lover. Day old pizza, I don't care. You left it on the stove, I'll eat it cold.
As a chef, as somebody that works in the kitchens, it's your day off. And I know you have some family to cook for, but you want to cook something for yourself, your comfort food, something you say, you know what, I need this right now. What are you cooking?
So because my entire menu is my home cooking, like literally every single dish that I would ever make for my family at home is on my menu. So right now at this moment, we go home and we eat pasta because I don't have pasta on my menu. So I like to play up pasta. I cheat with the jar of spaghetti sauce here and there, but I even like to play on my grandmom used to make a pasta like Creole. So it's like a Spanish version pasta, and you can have like shrimp in there, chicken and meat, sauteed belled onions and peppers and garlic with butter and Parmesan cheese. And there's a lot of good stuff. And then, you know, it's almost like a Spanish meets an Italian flair. So that's the kind of stuff I like to make at home. And again, cold pizza.
You're heading to Manny Vibes and you need a convenience store option. Where are you stopping, Wawa or Royal Farms?
Wawa all day, every day. Wawa is my go-to. Wawa, my brother loved Wawa. My husband, late night snack, I just go get a soft pretzel and a bag of chips.
Christiana, how do you explain Delco to somebody who has never been here or heard of Delco before?
See, that's an interesting question because that was me 5 years ago before I stumbled across Norwood right before I almost purchased the house in Upper Chichester. I'm gonna say it's a beautiful community right by 95, 15 minutes, 20 minutes from the city. You know, we've got parking. We're a lot kinder. We're not as angry as the city. Um, and it's still a sense of a community and family. Honestly, I'm from a big city, you know. I grew up in the heart of South Philly, a couple blocks from Pat's and Gino's Steaks in the Italian market. I've seen that place grow where there's no parking and people become distant, but here it's a different sense. Everyone seems to have their back, especially me entering the small business realm, and it's comforting. I feel so good to be a part of where I'm at now. But it's definitely a hidden gem, and more people need to start coming to Delco because the city's getting overpopulated anyway.
You have friends or family coming in from out of town. You want to give them or take them to have that Delco experience. Where are you sending them or where are you taking them?
So it's probably going to be on a Monday. And honestly, I go to the Brick House. I'm a Brick House fan. I love it there. I love that I've seen them go from little to big. And if I put anything else out there, that's where I go. That's my go-to. I've never been disappointed going there.
Well, you need to join us on Thursdays if you can get away for a couple hours for Delco Meets for Business. We'd love to have you. And since you already know where the Brick House is, we make it right easy, 8:30 to 10, and you're definitely welcome to join us. Is there anything else that you would include on the itinerary, or are you just staying from open to close at the Brick House?
Well, you got to go to Stingers, right? Because if it's nice weather, you're going to Stingers. You got to be up by the waterfront. But honestly, I need to go out more often. You got to go to media that way for sure. But like I personally need to get to know Delco more because I stay in my circle. I'm going from here down the street home and coming right back. I'm a workaholic.
Christiana, is there anything you want the listeners to know more about you or Manny Vibes?
No, I invite everybody here. To get a piece of brotherly love breakfast is really from the heart like no other. And I promise that they'll be back. I see this place growing and moving and grooving. And I hope to uplift somebody or make their day just by feeding them something nice or treating them right that day that could turn the world around. And that's what Manny means to me.
Food can be a lot of things to a lot of people. It can sustain us. It can nourish us. But what I'm hearing you say at Manny Vibes is it's also going to be inspirational. And the story, the continued story, you get to be a fabric of Delco. We appreciate you being a friend of what's happening in Delco. We can't wait to see the franchise explode so we can say that was Delco's own. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, it's Rich. Thank you so much for being a listener to the What's Happening Delco podcast. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to learn more about the people and businesses in our community. I have been a real estate agent for over 25 years working with first-time home buyers to last-time home sellers. As a listener of the podcast, my gift to you is a complimentary 1-year American Home Shield home warranty. This is for buyers and sellers that I help. If you're looking to move anywhere in the United States, I have you covered with an amazing network of real estate agents. I look forward to hearing from you. My direct line is 215-313-3777, or you can email me at rshaneremax@comcast.net. Oh, by the way, I am never too busy for any of your referrals.